5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
BCTV is our studio in Bloomfield Township. That's where we are here. That's where I'm sitting. And the BACB is the Birmingham Area Cable Board. We've been in partnership with the Birmingham Area Cable Board for about 25 years. While Birmingham is in the name, it is actually 4 other communities, which is Bingham Farms, Beverly Hills, the Village of Franklin, and Birmingham. So those are the 4 other communities that we manage through a contract that's about $300,000. where we cover community events and most importantly probably are the municipal meetings.
I think key to what we do is, in addition to providing resource for the public, we are also key to government transparency, which is allowing residents of the communities we serve the opportunity to be involved in government happenings through board meetings by our coverage of them. I think that we are an ideal partner for the Birmingham Area Cable Board because we are right next door to those communities. And I think interlocal agreements of any kind bolster all communities up. I believe its original intention was, simply put, to provide the same great service to the residents of those communities that we provided the residents of Bloomfield Township.
This is PEG, so Public, Education, and Government. We normally focus on the public and the government side. And the schools usually have their own resources. Dan Parente, who is no longer with Birmingham Schools, he retired, and he reached out to us and said, hey, I think this is a great opportunity. You guys could do some sports for us.
We do sports with the BACB because that's what they wanted to do. That's what they funded. They made an investment in a $1 million production truck that can go out to parades, events, and sports. And so the BACB, they are the ones that determine what sporting events we were going to cover. And it's grown a little bit over the years, and sometimes we're able to add a game if a game is taken away.
Instead of sticking with one particular sport, we thought it'd be a great idea, since Birmingham has 2 high schools, Grove, Seaholm, we'll try to go out and cover those rival games. So that's football, swimming, wrestling, volleyball, hockey, softball, baseball, you name it. We
would love to be doing more. There's other private schools in our viewing area that we don't cover just because we aren't funded by those groups. But I think, I would be totally open to doing more. People love to see the local sports. They love to see their kids play.
What's unique is we are able to provide a very professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, play-by-play announcer, a color commentator, usually a sideline reporter, with a crew of anywhere from 5 to 15 people giving the coverage.
We drive to that school, unload all the equipment, have a little pre-production meeting beforehand, what positions everybody's going to be doing that day, and then everybody knows what they have to do as far as where the equipment goes. I kind of direct them to say, I want certain cameras in these locations. The announcers are going to be sitting over here, so somebody goes and sets up the stuff for the announcers. We set up the cameras. We're in here running cables. We're in here turning all this gear on, getting graphics ready, replay stuff ready. Once the production's ready to start, we're communicating right beforehand. We're communicating with our commentators, maybe doing pre-interviews before the game that we can roll in post-production.
As it happens, but if we went out of
everybody's on their A game. When the show's over, we do some post interviews with the player of the game. We do a little wrap up with our announcers and then break everything down. And then the truck leaves and comes back here and sits until we have to go out for the next shoot. And rinse and repeat.
Almost everyone here has some sort of formal training from a collegiate university or trade school, and many of them cross-pollinate and work other jobs. So, many of our staff works Red Wings and Pistons games, Detroit Tigers games, concert coverage at Pine Knob. So these are people who are tried and true and have a lot of experience in the field. I think in many ways Steve Rota is the face of BCTV. So many community members recognize him, and when they think of BCTV, they think of him. And he's really a guiding light for all of our crew that works on these productions. I think he's the symbol of how you treat the people that you work with, how you treat other community members, and how you run a production when you're out.
He is my operation manager who manages video services, and he manages the truck and a lot of the contracts. If anything's going wrong in any of the municipalities, he's the one that runs over there and plugs everything in and makes sure it's all working. But he's also a really expert sports videographer and director.
As the production's happening, there's always something in live or live-to-tape productions that makes you be on your toes, whether it's camera, running replay, graphics, directing, technical directing. It does have a little bit of stress, but not a lot of stress. You don't see too much gray in my hair yet. Every day is different. I like coming to work, and it's a great place to be, great community, and I just love it.
Oh, that's a buzzer!
Part of what we get to do is that, you know, if seniors are at home watching our cable programming and they can't get out to an event, it still makes them feel part of the community. It's like the feedback that I've gotten from residents saying, you know, my mom was stuck at home and she was able to watch the show, and it just gave her like that warm community feeling. And I don't know how you can put a price on that.